Good morning, everybody. All right. All right, we're doing this again. Hey, good morning. Ah, sweet, sweet taste of coffee in the morning as we're going to get to baseball 2 days away. We are 2 days away. I know, low energy to start. We bring it up. We bring it up as we have a great day ahead. It's Tuesday. I hope you've had your drafts. Maybe not. It's today, maybe tomorrow. I have my hometown league tomorrow. Can't wait for that. Yesterday was fantastic with the list. Recorded on the corner. And of course had the first pitch in the morning. Today I'm just writing an article today, and I have obviously this podcast now. I know that music, Josh Sperry, man, found this beautiful royalty-free music. I think it's so perfect for the morning. I think he did such a good job with it. But hey, so day 2 of 160, 180 or something of these streams. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. Maybe I'll start saying that. Emphatic, what is happening? I kind of like the idea of easing in. Like, it's 8:30 in the morning. It's a morning stream. You get a different feel. But when I do record, yes, I will bring the energy for the first pitch podcast. Before then, though, I got to make my notes. Hey, man, live like a NOLA day. I was just thinking to myself, what am I going to wear on opening day? It's gonna be my NOLA shirt. I just thought, like, yeah, I got to whip that guy out for it. 11 hours of DMCA free music just for that specific 2 minutes. And it sounds great, Sperry. It sounds good. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. I'm doing this every single morning from 8:30 to 10 Monday through Friday through the entire season. And I'll be recording my first pitch podcast as well as in season, taking the final 30 minutes to then do my stream picks of the day. Yesterday was a weird one where I spent a total of, I think, 30 minutes going over every team's rotation, which was just not what I do. These podcasts are supposed to be like 10 to 15 minutes. So that's so keep in mind, like, the first pitch stuff probably be over by like 9:30 and then or 9:15, and then of course I do my streaming article for the last 30 to 45 minutes. And as I do this entire thing, you guys can ask all the fantasy questions you want. I'm looking at the chat. I'm going to read every single comment, everything like that. So please, interact. I'm just happy that you want to spend your morning with me as we wake up and think about baseball for the day ahead. Do you want me to start posting numbered gifts and pineapples for each stream? Oh my God. Sure. Yes, this is number 2. And yeah, I've got the chat working up there. I think I have the alert box somewhere. Oh, the alert box over there. I'm going to put it underneath, actually. But anyway, let's get to it. So the first thing I do every day, of course, is I go over NBC Sports player news. I can share it. I shared it yesterday, and I feel like, honestly, like, you guys don't really need to see the feed as I do it, but just know that, like, on the right screen, that's what I'm doing. I still have that as an opportunity to share for like editing and on Audacity, because I will be doing that stuff too. And especially we'll be sharing it when it's me doing the streamer stuff for the day. So let's jump into this. Man, Shohei Ohtani, that wasn't good. That was not what we wanted. I'm gonna check Twitter news first. Just gonna kind of go through that. And what I do is I generally say, okay, when did I record it yesterday? Recorded at like 10. So maybe 9:30. So anything like after, essentially. I will do. Let's see. Gavin Lux. Yep. So yeah, the Houston's getting vaccinated. That's fine. Soroka. He's pitching an inning or 2. Who cares? Yeah. The Davy Garcia thing is like, oh man, it cracks me up. The Davy Garcia thing. He's like, he won the award for saying the most outstanding rookie in spring training. And even the year before, it was Clark Schmidt. And both times, like, oh, you are the best one. Goodbye. Like, you are not on the team. Unreal. Interesting that Lucroy got released. Oh, God. It scared me again. I saw Nola on the IL. And it's Austin Nola. Like, that will never not terrify me. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Okay, so I gotta bring up Sixto. We'll likely rotation. Also get in Jake Odorizzi. Jake Odorizzi will be. Yeah, we can do it like this. Hey, what's up, Havoc Hurler? I always want to say Havo Churler. I'm not lying. Lying. All right, Jake Odorizzi will miss. Will actually like return for the Astros homestand. When is that? What is the exact start we expect with that one for Odorizzi? I guess I can search for Keaty and I'll get there. The Astros homestand is Oakland. So that's only that's right away. I imagine he'd go where Christian Javier is as the third start. Or the third, past the rotations. Like Greinke and McCullers would be fine, and then Javier would get. Oh, man. So if that's the case, the best news, honestly, is not even it's not even an Odorizzi. It's Jose Urquidy who could get Detroit instead of Oakland. That would be lovely. All right. I'm just going to keep checking Twitter news. Oh, man. Oh, you posted inside the Discord. Oh, that's funny. I got you, Ben Brown. I'm not going to mention the Aaron Judge stuff. Got to turn that off. What would we do with Tony Gonsolin now that he didn't win a starting job? Well, I mean, this is kind of what we expected. I know the list is really weird in this way, but I mean, Dustin May is the starter. He could go 4 innings and get relieved. And then the next time out, it might be Gonsolin starting. And you're going to get over 100 innings from Tony Gonsolin this year. And you could, I would 100% drop him for Stroman. Absolutely drop him for Stroman. I mean, you get the opening weekend as well with Stroman. I just think Stroman's a better pitcher. And a better opportunity. What's Stobnack's deal? Well, I mean, he's not in the rotation. He'll probably come up when there is an opening. There isn't one now. And I don't know if there will be for a couple weeks at least. Someone will have to get hurt because Shoemaker will be fine. So will happen Pineda. That stinks. About Yaz. Hope he's okay. Durga DFA'd, huh? Jose Leclerc, Tommy John, but I don't feel like I need to say that. No one really expected him to be pitching anyway. James Hoyt, yeah. The Dodgers, Dustin May. By the way, I will take one of these questions and add it to the end of the stream. Good morning, KJ. Look at the Angels bolstering the bullpen with Tony Watson, Sischek, and Hoyt. How many did you walk yesterday, Shohei? Walked 5 batters. Ugh. It's so frustrating. Hey, KJ, don't whatsoever, man. Seriously. That made me do good due diligence, you know? So, all good. And I very much appreciate that you tweeted at Craig to get clarification. Craig is the best. Like, it surprises me. I remember how intimidated I was meeting Craig because, like, I mean, he's legit as anything, you know? And, yeah, he was so kind and, like, yeah, you're doing great stuff. Like, I'm a big fan, you know? Like, so kind and supportive. Really, really dig him. All right. Let's see. Is there any other major news? I mean, this is gonna be like the shortest podcast ever, like the longest one. Okay. Miles Michaelis. So, by the way, any concern about Lamet looking shaky? Well, he's starting the season on the IL. So, yes, Furtree? The shortest podcast. I mean that. Like, it's going to be just news, and there's nothing else. There's not even that much news today. You know? 5 years, $70 million? That was it? The Cubs offered Anthony Rizzo 5 years, $70 million? I mean, come on. Careful, Icarus, dude. I'm so happy you remember that, Asher. I will talk about it again during the podcast. Don't worry, Milkman. Yeah, guys, keep in mind, like, everything I'm mentioning now, I will be, of course, saying once again once I actually record. And yes, I will bring the energy. Oh, thanks, Milkman. Yeah, we started doing the First Pitch podcast in 2000, I want to say 18. And maybe it was 2019. I think it was 2018. And I've enjoyed it immensely. Like, I remember times, it started in 2018. I remember, like, being in Colorado and finding, like, my then girlfriend's, like, closet or something, like some room, but it was too echoey, and I had to go in the closet, and I'm there, like, huddled over. She didn't understand, and I had to wake up at, like, 6 a.m. over there to get it out, because it's, 8 a.m. and stuff like that. And it was such a joy that I could still, like, I don't know. I really enjoyed doing these morning podcasts, so it's like my moment just to ramble without fast, like, give me the stink eye for going too long. Whoa, I didn't realize that Liriano was on the Blue Jays as they just released him. Okay, Sonny Gray update. So he threw a total of 64 pitches. All right, he's going to miss 2 turns. I'll just say that. Oh, I see. No, never mind. Threw 29 pitches last Friday and 35 pitches on Monday. Hoping to miss just 2 turns of the rotation. The Cubs. God, 4 years at 60 million. It's like, come on. It's so insulting. Yeah. I mean, what Rizzo means to the Cubs, though, is just so important. I mean, I can't weigh that enough. I know we talk a lot about what is their WAR and their WRC plus and all this kind of stuff, but, like, having Rizzo on the Cubs does a lot for the Cubs that isn't just performance on the field. Like, he is their face. He is their rock. Like, You need Verzo. Oh yeah, I'm going to. Okay, this is what I should do. A little bit. I got scorched for 8 runs across. How many? Didn't he have like? What was Chris Paddock's final line yesterday? It was really bad. 29. There's one thing that's like really startling with him. Wait, what? Lamet pitched yesterday? Huh. And Paddock came in for 2.1 innings of 3 walks. I think he hit 2 guys, didn't he? Where is hit by pitch? Oh, here we go. Yeah. All right. Jose Urena went 4 2/3 against the Yankees of 1 run. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's anything startling from yesterday. I mean, I'll look back at my tweet and see if I can get any interesting information from yesterday. I don't really think there is. Eflin, probably not. Ian Anderson, nothing actionable. Something seems to be doing. Do we have Caleb Smith stuff? Please tell me we have Caleb Smith stuff. Yes, I'm taking my sweet time this morning because there's like nothing to report. So I'm trying to find more things to make it more than like a 5-minute podcast. I keep looking. My problem is I'm looking for the Marlins with Caleb Smith. I can't help myself. Game day. 7 runs, but 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. How many home runs was that? 2. Yeah, Matt Harvey. Yeah, that's right. Oh my God. Carmark going to be viable at all this year with his velo down. It was a down. It's not always been down though. Like it was 94 in the most recent one that I saw. I gotta double check it though. I mean, the Red Sox did a good thing, Ben. The Cubs deal was not a good one. Like for the Cubs, like you shouldn't have wanted that. Yeah, nothing I can really actionable, sadly, about Caleb Smith. I mean, Caleb Smith was already like 4 weeks waiting, you know. Have you noticed the game times for opening day? Nice lineup all day long. Oh, right. I should mention to you guys, I'm live streaming the entire day for opening day. If you weren't, I mean, I'm sure many of you assumed I was gonna do that anyway, but yeah, I'll be right here from 1 to all day. Because what else am I obviously gonna do on opening day? I will be obviously taking some breaks. Shocking. I'm not exactly sure where yet. But yeah, I'll be here all day. Yeah, it should be a national holiday. Yeah, some fears. I mean, yeah. That's exactly it. 25K. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. BG Rutherford. Thanks a lot. Lester went on to win a World Series with the Cubs 2 years later. 5 years for him. Yeah. I would say 5 years back in 2014. So what? That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, he got paid. You got like 150 or something stupid, right? Like 570 made sense is what I'm getting at, Ben. Like, you should be happy you drove him out of town. Like, that's exactly the deal you should have offered. It's not like you needed Leicester in 2017. Yeah, but unfortunately, they didn't sign Leicester. Man, all right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I don't really have much news. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 different things I'm gonna bring up on this podcast because there really isn't much of anything. So right now, for the next 30 seconds or so, or next minute or two, send me all the questions you'd want answered on the podcast. I will also give you a shout out during it. I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to answer them now. I'm going to answer them on the podcast. I'll put it as like the second half of the podcast. Awesome Fur Tree. I'll answer that one. Thank you. But guys, please, can you get? I would love like 5 total questions, something like that. So anything you have right now, just shoot it into the text, into the chat, and I will answer it on the podcast. Sound cool? So thank you. All right. Gotta get that Audacity up. Good question there, Lefty Shortstop. Thank you. I gotta copy all of these. Need a few more questions, guys. Shoot them my way. And you will get a shout out in the podcast. Milkman, is that on the Yankees or just first baseman in general? Oh man, what to expect from Ohtani? Oh boy. Oh boy. Cool. Oh, well, sure, that's fine. Yeah, you got it. Let me actually pull something up for that. Great. Thank you guys so much for these questions. If you have any others, by all means, throw them in. I might just take them as I record it. I might notice it. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so ridiculous. You don't even know what I'm talking about, but like this, guys, it's ridiculous. How is he thrown? I just want to look at one quick thing before we get going. Oh, come on. Really? Not a single Logan Webb game is on StatCast. It's not fair, you know? Cool. These are great questions, guys. I will answer them all on the podcast. All right, here we go. I don't even know who Kyle Isbell is. I'll be completely honest with you. I think I made it. Well, I don't hide from the fact that my expertise, for the most part, is starting pitching. Yes, I do know the starters of hitters and stuff like that. But a prospect hitter or a prospect reliever, man, I'm so sorry, D. Borghardt 666. All right. Okay, cool. Here we go. So I'm going to mute the audio. Okay. Actually, let me just listen back and make sure everything's okay. This is me testing the First Pitch podcast. Ha! Oh, Ben Brown, you are a funny, funny man. If you guys don't know that joke, good. If you guys don't know that joke, I reportedly, during the Futures game from 2018 or 19, liked DL Hall more than Mackenzie Gore. Oh, you're the best, man. You don't love me, you just love the idea of me. All right. Oh, is that what we do? Okay. Let me pull this down so I can see more of the chat. Cool. All right, fantastic questions, guys. You're making my life so easy, and I really, really appreciate you for it. Okay, cool. Here we go. What is happening? Welcome to the First Pitch Podcast, your morning podcast from pitchlist.com. My name is Nick Pollock. Today is March 30th, and we are going to talk about baseball. Yes, it's the second day that I am live streaming this on Twitch at twitch.tv/pitcherlist, 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single morning from Monday through Friday through the season. You can come enjoy a nice wake up as I record this First Pitch Podcast. And in season, I will also be doing the streaming article of the day. I have a lot of questions I will be answering inside this podcast. And actually moving forward, I think I'm going to take one or two that I'm going to be answering live on this podcast just from that Twitch chat. So go there, go support it, go, hang out with us in the morning. It's a really, really awesome way to start your day. I will also be doing a full stream on Thursday from 1 o'clock for the entire day. If you want to see me struggle to stay alive and energetic, it will be an entertaining time, I promise you, for opening day. I mean, it's opening day. We've been waiting months for this. What else am I going to do on Thursday, right? I'm there just to watch baseball. Come enjoy the wonderful sport that is baseball with me at twitch.tv/pitcherlist on Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. But look, we're going to talk about baseball. It's going to be shorter than yesterday, which was like 40 minutes long. I'm not going to do that again. We have some news, and we're going to get to that right away here. First and foremost, Sixto Sanchez has been optioned. That is, they're going to skip him the first time through. It's going to be a four-man rotation, but he'll likely return in that second pass of the rotation, so don't really worry about it. We honestly planned for Sixto to be about 150, 160 innings anyway, and that's how we drafted him. It actually gives some clarity, which is nice. In a head-to-head league, it is a little frustrating. You can't really replace him because he's going to be in the NA slot as opposed to an IL slot. Still, I think you should be very happy drafting Sixto Sanchez this year. It does kind of show why I think I've been higher on Sandy Alcantara, for example, and in some cases higher on Pablo. But overall, I think the performance you'll see from Sixto by the end of the year, you'll be incredibly happy that you drafted Sixto Sanchez. On the same note, there's Jake Odorizzi, who will likely also return during the second pass of the Astros rotation. They're saying right now that he'll likely return during the Astros homestand, and that homestand is against Oakland and Detroit. There's some good news for Jose Urquidy if Odorizzi does come back during Oakland, because if he does, that means Urquidy gets pushed down one start, and that would be against the Tigers instead of the Athletics. Oh, that would be so good. So as far as drafting Odorizzi goes in your next, tonight or tomorrow night, I would be in on this. At the same time, if it's one of the later rounds and you find you have all these amazing pitchers, kind of like the guy holding all these limes, how am I going to hold all these limes? You can probably wait on Odorizzi and get someone that will help out the opening weekend and then pick him up a good week before he's going to make his first start of the year. I like Odorizzi for the year. I think he's in a really good situation with Houston. He wasn't on the list, and by the way, which you should check out. I've updated my top 100 yesterday. It's the final update before the start of the year, and of course, the beginning of the weekly Monday tradition. But yeah, I do like Odorizzi through the year for Houston. Okay, Mike Yastrzemski took a pitch on the hand. We were a little bit scared about it. X-rays were negative. He should be okay. It's just a contusion for now. Dustin May has been named the fifth starter for the Dodgers. I know you are terrified. I know you're annoyed. I'm incredibly frustrated. Welcome to the world of Dodgeritis. I will say this. Dustin May is not now guaranteed as the starter through the year. No, that is nothing of this. This is nothing of the sort, okay? Dustin May likely is the starter. He'll probably go about 4 innings and change, and maybe even be relieved by one of Gonsolin or David Price. And who knows if May is going to be the starter the second time through. There's a part of me that just wants to remove David Price, Gonsolin, and May from the list entirely. I just don't want to deal with it in a 12-teamer. I'm someone who, when I get a starter, I know that the expectation is like, okay, they can go 6 innings today, And if they do really well, then they can go 6 innings the next time, and so on and so forth. And with May, Gonsolin, and Price through the entire season, it's going to be this juggling act until something else happens to the other 4. Actually, in some ways, you could include Julio Urias to that as well. So that's Buehler, Bauer, and Kershaw, who just have immunity from this. It's really frustrating. It's just a headache. If you want to play that game, by all means. But yeah, Dustin May getting the 5th starter spot does not mean what you think it means. Shohei Ohtani is dealing with a blister. He walked 5 batters yesterday. It was so frustrating. I mean, this is someone I think is a premier talent, but he just hasn't been able to, ramp up and get into rhythm quite yet. I made the list before that outing. Yes, I need to pull him down a little bit. I don't know. They're saying it's a minor blister. It's not that significant, but yeah, I'd have some hesitation, especially now with his tougher schedule, because he is the 3rd guy in the rotation, not the 5th, as I was hoping before. Actually, I believe he's 4th and supposed to 6th, but essentially he gets the worst schedule of the lot. It can be very, very rough rostering Ohtani out of the gate. So I might want to be pushing him down into closer to the 9th tier than he is currently, I believe, in the 6th or 7th tier of my list. So draft accordingly. I think I'm going to update the draft guide to adjust for this, because look, he's not where he needs to be at the moment, and that's very disappointing. Miles Michaelis is aiming for a May return to the rotation. Keep that in mind when you think of all the Cardinals starters that we like. They are planning on bringing Miles Michaelis back into the rotation, so don't invest so heavily into those later guys who I'll talk about a little bit later. Sonny Gray threw 29 pitches last Friday and 35 pitches during a bullpen on Monday. He's hoping to miss just 2 turns of the rotation in Cincinnati, which is about right or so. He's a top 25 pitcher to me right now. I think you should draft him as such. Think of it like Corbin Burns is going only about 150 to 160 innings this year. We should expect more from Sonny Gray, even with this stuttering start to the year. And Chris Paddack, he got scorched for 8 runs across 2 1/3 innings yesterday. 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch. It's not what you want, and I understand the fear. Like, this is when they say, like, don't worry about spring. I would say the last start before opening day is generally the start that we get kind of worried about, because we want them to be in some sort of rhythm. The major thing with Paddack was really good fastball command in 2019. We didn't really see it in 2020. It was a much worse pitch, and it didn't have the same ride that it used to. It feels like he was trying more things out to fix it. You don't walk 3 guys and hit another if you're Chris Paddack. That's just not what you do in 2 1/3 innings. So I'm a little worried. I think I would push him down slightly in my drafts. It's a situation where I feel really good about a lot of guys around Paddack. I might just go with them instead of Paddack. I mean, see how the draft plays out. But cool. That is all the news from yesterday. Normally what I would do now is I would talk about, I would normally have news not for like 7+ minutes, but I would do it for like 2 minutes, go into all the hitter stuff and starters and so on and so forth. But today I'm going to be taking questions from Twitch. So we have some questions here. First one's from Fur Tree Baseball. They ask, is Archer going to be a follower, that is having an opener and then Chris Archer? Is that noteworthy? That's a great question. I do not have an answer yet. I've not seen a report saying that he would be. I like to think that he wouldn't. Chris Archer, considering his legacy at Tampa Bay, would suggest that they would treat him slightly differently, but you can never rule out the Rays in this way. But that is a really smart thought if you are in an SPRP league and you have limited starts, for example, and you need someone that isn't going to be designated as a starter. There's a chance that Archer, as the 3 or 4, probably the 3 in Tampa Bay, could be with an opener. I wouldn't be going after him in 12-teamers just because we don't really know where he's at. We've seen no reports really of Chris Archer this spring. So I just wait and see there with Chris Archer. Lefty Shortstop asks, any sleepers in the Cardinals organization to pop into the rotation? I think Daniel Ponce de Leon is a bit of a sleeper. He didn't have a good tune-up start over the weekend. But if you remember last year in September, he finally was able to throw curveballs 4 strikes. And that allowed him to pepper the top of the zone with fastballs that were dominating. I mean, they were so good. And I will never forget the fact that he had this amazing start on a Monday, and he was asked to start on a Friday, which is 3 days rest. And I said, oh, no, do not start Daniel Ponce de Leon. He's only going to go like 3 innings. He went 5 innings and struck out like 8. And I'm just like, Daniel, you good. Sorry. So definitely consider Ponce de Leon early in the season if he is capitalizing into that starting rotation opportunity. And I'm still going to say don't rule out Carmart either. Last report I saw was that 94 miles per hour. If he's there, he has a filthy slider and changeup, and that can be very, very rewarding for you. Milkman2905 asks, who would you be targeting as the interim after Voigt's out? That is, essentially Voigt is out now. Who would you be replacing at first base? Honestly, I feel like Carlos Santana is a very good discount first baseman that would easily be on your wire. He's going to be in the middle of the Royals lineup, and that's actually not a bad lineup. Alberto Mondesi with Merrifield. You also have Jorge Soler in there. Now Andrew Benintendi could have a resurgence. Hunter Dozier. Santana could be a very helpful addition for counting stats inside of that lineup. You have Rocher 7715. What to expect from Ohtani? Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just I expect turmoil right away now, which is really frustrating. But I do see a world where he becomes a top 25 pitcher. Nick Wallstrom 1. Could you say a few words about Logan Webb now that he is in the rotation? I can. Amazing changeup from what I've seen. It's kind of funny how bad it was last year. It was like a sub 15% swing strike rate. He didn't really have a good fastball because that's all he had. That's all he could really rely on. And with this amazing changeup, the fact that he's had more strikeouts per innings pitched and I believe just 1 walk this entire spring. Fantastic schedule early on, including Rocky Road, which is the Colorado Rockies on the road, and they are notoriously terrible on the road, especially when you don't have Nolan Arenado. Yeah, you want that start. I would be picking up Logan Webb and all 12 teamers wherever I could. But that is going to do it for today's edition of the First Pitch Podcast. My name is Nick Pollock, and that is everything you need to know. Ta-da! Wait, I normally push away the mic, and I realize I shouldn't do that. All right, you guys want to see the editing process? I don't know if you do. Let me know if you do in the chat. I'll answer all the other questions I didn't get to on the pod, but I figured it was about 12 minutes, and that was what I wanted for length today. I didn't want to push it like it did before. Thanks for the questions a ton, by the way, guys. What do I think of Dalton Jeffries' new slider, says Neil Vita. I haven't really gotten a chance to look at it much. I don't really know if he's been on TV that often, if at all. But I've heard good things about it. I wouldn't touch Dalton Jeffries or Colt Irvin or AJ Puck because they get 2 rough starts with the Dodgers and Astros out of the gate. There's no reason to chase that. There's too much risk there involved, and I don't think anyone's going to pick him up. He excels in both, and then you feel like you're missed out. Like, those opportunities are everywhere. If it happens to land on Dalton Jeffries or someone else, like, great. That's a low probability thing and not something you should put yourself. You shouldn't put yourself in harm's way there. I'm going to scroll up here. I just applied the chain. Hold on. I got to do all the fun things. Essentially, considering I just recorded this and I don't really have anything after, I'll spend some more time with you guys just answering all the questions you have. But let me get this podcast out first. Where is this? FPP, outro, and intro. Okay. I think I messed it up yesterday. By the way of put in, I got to hear it today. I think I started my audio too soon. So I got to listen to it. Hold on. Nick Pollock. What is happening? Welcome to the First Pitch Podcast. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Maybe a little bit later. All right. Nick Pollock. What is happening? Yeah, that's good. Okay. And then move this over. All right. Export that. Gotta load that. I can't ever see. Okay. Audacity, it's kind of like I can't see if there's a space between things. It's always so small. So I gotta lean in and everything. All right. I gotta upload this to Omni now. By the way, I hope you guys are enjoying all the new shows on the network. I gave a listen to a lot of the short hops and tall tales yesterday, and they are so freaking good. It's such an enjoyable, like, they nail the feeling of being on a porch with like a nice summer day listening to baseball on the radio, just like that old-timey like baseball pastime feel. Like they really, Noah Scott and Brandon Riddle, I can't emphasize that enough. Nick, I walked into Paul's office yesterday and he was watching your video on demand. Are you serious? Oh my God. Spore, I'm so touched. Just tell Spore, like I'll text him. But I mean, like the fact that he watched this like after the fact is unbelievable. That's like the most touching thing I've heard. Like what a busy guy. Okay. Let's I gotta upload the First Pitch podcast now. Here we go. Cool. Let's get it. I need the one from yesterday, so I can copy and paste that in to this one. Cool. Everything looks great. About to publish it to everyone. I don't know why I sing things. I don't know. Why do I do this? Sweet. My goal every day is to make sure that this is out before 9:30. I'm super happy. It's 9:15 right now. I gotta upload the actual thing. Make sure it gets added. Yep. We are all good. And welcome to the network First Pitch podcast. You are live. Okay, cool. All right, let's keep answering some questions for you guys. I'm way behind on chat, and I apologize. If everything goes right for Kikuchi this year, where do you think he could wind up in SP 100 next year? I mean, if everything goes right for a lot of guys, they can all be top 25, right? Kikuchi certainly has the ceiling of really good command with, he doesn't have the command, but if he did, with a fastball 96 and an amazing cutter that gets for strikes and a slider that misses bats, like it can work. The question is, it's a tough schedule for this year. It's a question of 6-man rotation for Mariner, so he pitches less. Yeah, it's 20% less, which is very significant. I think it's 20% less. It's like 18% less or 17. But it's significant. I wouldn't take the risk early on. It's a terrible schedule too. But yeah. What other? Okay, you were excited about Logan Webb's improved changeup this year. What other pitches do you see him show improvement in spring training that you're looking forward to follow? Oh man, there are two major ones that come to mind, Ben. It's Freddie Peralta slider and Tyler Glasnow slider. Both of those are filthy, and I really, really hope that they pan out. I really do. There's a part of me that's like, I got to get Tyler Glasnow everywhere, but then I'm also like, but Nick, innings are gonna be lower. It's the Rays, injury history. Gotta pull it down. Man, he looks so good. Ceiling for Eflin this year. That's a very good question. Like whenever I hear ceiling, I think, are you talking about the 95th percentile, or are you talking about like the 75th, the 80? Like what is a realistic ceiling and what is like the ultimate ceiling, right? For Eflin, I feel like a realistic one is like a 3.5. No, that's a little too aggressive, honestly. Sure, fine. Let's just say a 3.5. Like if it all works out, 3.5 with a 25% K rate and a 115 whip or something. That's like the dream. Like if everything goes right with that curveball, I don't really think it's gonna happen though. NFBC best ball. There are 2 waiver periods. This is from Blumplespeen. I'll look at you capitalizing it so I can understand it better. Appreciate you. The first is April 13th. Any end of draft guys, you can be targeted and dropped during that first waiver run. I would say look at the very end of the list. So if you go to tier 12, that essentially is that. Let me go to that. So like Arrieta gets the Pirates twice. Fultonevich gets the Royals. Shoemaker gets the Tigers. Archer, I think, has a favorable first start. I should remember that, and I don't for some reason. Wainwright might be a good one because it's the Reds first, but there's actually 3 good starts after that. Peterson might be good. Luke Casey might be good. It's like a mix of Nationals and Phillies there. And then Martin Perez gets the Orioles twice. So that's kind of what I would think of. And just be like, you're done. Get out. Same with tier 10. Like Garrett Richards, Carlos Rodon, Eovaldi, Taijuan Walker, this kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I would go with. I would also, it is a best ball, but like, I kind of would take chances. I guess that next waiver run, I would go for a lot of tier 11 because they won't be good yet. But then they could be starting to be good in tier 11. Let's keep going here. How do we think the Red Sox handle Eovaldi's innings to start the year? Let him fly. Like, they need him to throw a ton of innings. I don't really think that they hold him back. Has he been... let me actually double check to see... let me just see how ramped up he's been so far. Because now you give me hesitation. I just assumed that he was like... He's ready to go. Oh, yeah. He threw 5.2 innings last time out. Yeah, don't worry. He likely will be my streaming pick of the day, the first, on opening day, because I don't think there's anyone else that. I'm looking at the end of my streamer picks now. It's Brad Keller or Nathan Eovaldi, and I think Brad Keller is rostered in more leagues than Eovaldi. So Eovaldi is going to be the streaming pick of the day for opening day. Yeah. Anyway. I'm going to be catching up on all these guys, so keep leaving them. I will be going faster, I swear. Where is Sooth when you need him? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know anything about Kyle Isbel, as I mentioned before. Isbel, where do I see Dykman's role on the A's going? Any other RPs you would target to just wait? Honestly, I would be messaging I am Rick Graham as much as you possibly can on Twitter. He is our reliever expert. If you have PL Plus, which you guys should have, at Rick Graham all the time you want. Like, he is amazing. He knows exactly what he's talking about. I would imagine, I don't know actually the status of Rosenthal at the moment, but I imagine Rosenthal is the closer, and you probably will see Diekman as a fireman. Chris Rodriguez, oh no, I would not expect him to break the rotation. They have a lot of options there. So I wouldn't do that. DL Hall over Mackenzie Gore. We talked about that. Let's keep moving along. I answered it, Neil. I got you. Let's see. He'll be piggybacking with Rich Hill on Saturday. Is that right? With Chris Archer. Thanks, BG Rutherford. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not good for anybody. I feel better that I left Rich Hill off the list then. You love the 40-minute morning podcast? Yeah, no, that can't happen. Look, we put out 2 podcasts a day now. We have the first pitch, and then we have another hour-long one. And then, okay, last question here. CGM Bucks. I have a weekly lineup draft tonight that combines a short week this week with next week. And the way the schedule lines up, Eovaldi could have 3 starts in that time. Is that right? So he goes Thursday. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he would go Tuesday and then Sunday. Wow. That's ridiculous. Now, who does he face, though? Like, that's, I think it's Baltimore, but then isn't Baltimore, right? It's Baltimore Rays Twins. I don't think I'd want Eovaldi for all 3. Sorry, like, I don't want him against the Rays and Twins, I don't think. I mean, if you're going for volume, like, you will get, let's say you'll get 15 strikeouts. At least. Like, that's just a conservative 5.55, right? That there's something to that, and probably 1 win along the way. So if you're okay, like, sacrificing the ERA and whip stuff, there is value to be had there. But yeah, guys, I mean, if you got any more questions, by all means, send them now. But this is it's like today and tomorrow are the last 2 days of me. Like, after I do the podcast, I got nothing. So normally what would happen now is I make my streamer article for the day, and I talk about the streamers for the day, which I feel like is a very, very helpful thing. So the Red Sox have 2 days off. Oh, they have 2 days off. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I think it depends on Eduardo Rodriguez, and I would say he will. If I were a guessing man, I would imagine that he'd be ready to return. Well, maybe not. I don't know. That's a really, really good question. I think you'll get more clarity before opening day. They have 2 days off. They have Friday off, the Red Sox, and they also have another day off in the middle of the second Baltimore series. So before Minnesota. So I guess that would be Sunday, Monday. Yeah. So that would be, he wouldn't get that. No, he theoretically could get that Sunday start too. 4-man. Yeah. It doesn't change anything though. Like they are 4-man right now. And because of the days off, I think they could keep it. Like he gets a day off in between each one. Yeah. Oh yeah, he should start in the IL. There's no reason why he shouldn't. If he's on the IL, it's 14 days, right? So yeah, it should be 2 4-man rotations then. That's actually the case. Good call, some fears. So Eovaldi would be he should get those first 3 starts. That's crazy. I do prefer oh no. Oh, I'm so upset. Because it's going to be a 4-man, Garrett Richards is going to get the Rays instead of the Orioles. The second start. Man, it's so hard to do this stuff. That stinks. All right, so I would move Garrett Richards probably to tier 12 now, as opposed to tier 10 because of that. Just as a heads up, guys. I mean, I think I am okay starting him in that first one against the Orioles, but I don't want to start him in the second one against the Rays. But anyway, all right. I think I'm gonna end this one today. This might be the shortest one. I mean, tomorrow, of course, it might be shorter too, but then Thursday, Friday, and so on, I'm going to do the streaming article too, so I'll be around for a while. But I hope it's a good morning for all of you. I hope, I hope you have good luck in your drafts and all your players stay healthy. And, yeah, good morning. I'm looking forward to this through the year. Thanks for being here. And may all your... I got to find like some slogan to say at the end of this. May all your BABIPs be low or high when you want them to be. I don't... May all your streams be good and all your BABIPs be low. Take care, guys.